Hello everyone, let's listen to today's story. Who is the criminal? The cop was exceptionally befuddled, not knowing the proper behavior in that dilemma and how to cause the denounced to admit his culpability. The cop rehashed his sentence in a noisy and one-of-a-kind voice. Do you actually deny, Fawad, that you didn't kill her and didn't see her yesterday? He stood ardently, grinning wryly and with extraordinary certainty, before the police specialist who was examining him on account of killing his better half. Nobody will find that he was the person who killed her. What is your proof that I killed her, detective? Come on, tell me, and don't blame me without anything, please. I didn't make it happen and I deny nothing except me. I am totally guiltless of her blood. The investigative specialist checked out at him with incredible rage and malignance. He realizes that he was the person who killed her. He sees this in his eyes, however he has no proof, even the instrument of the wrongdoing. Witnesses who saw him there, the investigator murmured to himself in irritation, saying, "This fraudster has done the total wrongdoing and nobody will find it. That's what I believe." His eyes uncover him and say that he killed her again and again. His looks are endlessly nauseating, yet sadly there is no proof to demonstrate it, yet my instinct is rarely off base. This man is the executioner and the main recipient of his significant other's demise. The blame was remaining with certainty, endurance, and incredible bliss, snickering mockingly at his choice of himself at everybody, even at the passing of that doomed spouse. He was exceptionally cheerful. Yes, he killed her and he will kill her in the future, assuming she awakens from her place of worship, and nobody will find the matter in the future. He won't go to jail and the noose is folded over his neck from yes, that prostitute is his better half. Is it safe to say that he was allowing her to acquire this large number of millions and take him off that without any problem? It appears to be that she was dreaming, and here she recollects the day he killed her, and he returned with his memory and the reverberation of her cries reverberating in his ear. Take care of business for once in your life, and live with true serenity, my better half. Presently, Nevin, you don't cherish me and you need a separation after you acquired that multitude of millions, your heel. It's anything but merely cash, Fawad. However, you know very well that my dad wedded me despite my desire to the contrary, and I was constrained, and today my dad has passed on and nobody will drive me to do anything, and he has separated from me. I won't separate from you, and you will remain my better half until your carcass spoils. She grins snidely. You are dreaming, Fawad, and I am presently not equivalent to I was previously. I have changed. Furthermore, on the off chance that you don't separate from me discreetly, I will record a separation case, and afterward I let out a mocking snicker as she. What's more, she turns into the principal shamed spouse in the family, and here he took a gander at her irately and insulted her, and afterward passed on murmuring to himself, I vow to make you think twice about it, and I won't cause you to compliment for 1 penny. I wedded you despite my desire to the contrary to complete the desire of this insane grandad, and presently after these years, perseverance kicks the bucket and composes everything for you know. I won't make you live 1 day after today. What's more, on that day he went with his choice that his better half ought to go to the next world, where it is basically impossible to get back from that point. He slice her a pass to damnation and she won't get back from that point once more. He made his arrangement rapidly and utilized a carbon copy for him. One of the poor people in the road was the man, an identical representation of him to the point that he thought that he was his twin sibling. He saw him one day when he was getting back to his home. He got him from the road and made him a gatekeeper in his ranch on the desert street. He was certain that he would require him one day, and he gave him haven, food, and clean garments, the transient didn't dream of more than this, and on that day he requested that he go to Alexandria after he gave him his personality card and everything. He requested that he sit in the lodging and not move from his room subsequent to allowing everybody to see him. The server and room administration assistant, and consequently he would give him £10,000. The man concurred and did what he was asked. The sum is huge and he wants it. He didn't employ Fuad to kill his better half, yet he will kill her with his own hands. He could never deny himself of that delight, and he would employ a recruited executioner who did everything as he needed, and made his resemblance travel, and subsequent to ensuring that he was in Alexandria, and at the inn, Fuad went to his estate in camouflage and entered, and she was sitting before the mirror brushing her hair. Furthermore, delivered her full mocking giggle. He didn't respond to her, however smacked her hard on the face, and she tumbled to the ground brutally, and here he didn't allow her an opportunity to shout. He endlessly wounded her viciously wherever with her slim body. He realized that she was undermining him and out on the town with her darling today, so she gave the workers leave. He kicked her hard and afterward left feeling blissful and happy, for she passed on and rested from her, and now all that will be acquired by the desire of the insane granddad. He went to the waterway and tossed the blade in it and put on something else and tossed it in the stream. Then he went to Alexandria to finish the arrangement. He grinned cheerfully, recollecting this, and nobody would find the question of his wrongdoing. He disposed of his similarity and sent him to one of the towns of Upper Egypt to live there. The police questioned him. Allow him to demonstrate something in the event that he would be able. Here, one of the troopers entered the workplace, to remove his line of reasoning. He heard him say apprehensively and in a temperamental, scared voice, "Sir Inspector, there is a peculiar thing. We observed that envelope before your room entryway, on which was composed the name of the blamed and his proof for the allegation. Furthermore," here the agent turned alone, looking. The inquisitor, wondering about the enormous ruby-red envelope, was weighty and contained something weighty metal in it. The cop opened it, with extraordinary surprise as he suspected furiously. What is the proof for denouncing the blamed? He doesn't grasp the sentence, and here the examiner grinned mockingly and with extraordinary triumph, investigating Fuad's eyes with satisfaction and boasting. Be that as it may, the blade recollects my hopeless requests, lost cries, your tricky wounds. You slice me a path to hell. Be that as it may, I won't go to it alone. I cut you one. I won't go to him alone. Your late spouse. Here the spouse searched with a sickening apprehension at that blade-absorbed blood. It was the very blade that he wounded his better half with again and again until she kicked the bucket and afterward tossed her in the waterway. Yet, how did the blade return and absorbed her blood as well? He doesn't have any idea what occurred and how that curse returned to demonstrate the allegation against him. She has his fingerprints and the blood of his killed spouse. Gracious for the catastrophe, his significant other got it done. She was solid and ready to do anything here. Death didn't keep her from doing what she needed and retaliating for hearing while she was alive. He knows that well indeed. Demise, so she cut him a ticket without return, so you see how she will help him there in the furious damnation. What a fiasco, how might he act currently in that difficulty?